Hey everybody, Marc here at TekStack. This is part of our series, How TekStack Uses TekStack. And in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about how we turn opportunities into orders and then ultimately setting them up for invoicing and subscription renewal. So let's start just with an opportunity record. So here I'm in TekStack. I'm on an opportunity. It's for an account called a Mojo. Primary contact is Rick. And you can see that this opportunity has a value of a little under $48,000 in ARR and doesn't have any one-time charges or amounts. It's so the entirety of this opportunity is for one product, which is an ARR-based product, and that product's our TekStack Business Edition. All right, so you can see with TekStack we have various products, so various currencies. And so in this case, this opportunity is for the business edition, a little under $4,000 a month. And that's what we're dealing with here. Now, if you open that up really quick, you can see that I added this opportunity and I could incorporate any discounting if I wanted to in here. So you can just discount per term or as a percentage. You can also load costs. In this case, we don't have any cost of sale on this product, so it's a 100% gross margin product. And so we also have product descriptions. You can have set up the terms. So you can set up your invoicing. Is it in advance or if it's monthly in advance? A couple options that we provide. You can just choose when the opportunity when the subscription starts. So quite often in SaaS world, you might want to start an opportunity on the opportunity close date, which is the date that was contracted, or it could be a delayed start. So you might want to separate that from an order date or specify a date, or it might be based on a project milestone. So we would be able to provide you with all those options in the configuration. And you can also determine how the renewal is managed. So is it by creating a brand new renewal opportunity or doing an automatic renewal? In this case, we lock it down. Our policy is that we always create renewals as an opportunity. Okay, so that's the product, and that was added to the opportunity. Now let's just fast forward a bunch and decide that, or the client, prospective client has decided that this deal is good to go. You just assign your sign contract. You pick your close date. So in this case, I'm actually going to make it today. And then you can have decision factors in there, any description that you want in there as well, and you simply win the deal. So now we're closing the deal. And what happens is that the accounting team will get a notification. Okay, so this is now closed. So this is read-only inactive. The accounting team would actually get a notification in Teams as a workflow. And what that allows them to do is go into this opportunity. So this might be your deal desk function. It might be somebody in a sales leadership. It might be somebody in the accounting function. But somebody will probably want to review this opportunity, look at the signed contract, make sure all the terms are aligned, and then generate an order. So you could do that automatically with a closed one opportunity or separate it as two separate motions. So our recommendation as a better practice is to have somebody else, usually in a deal desk or accounting function, generate the order. So I'm going to do that now. Now, generating the order, what that does is it'll take this opportunity and it'll actually do two things. One, it'll create a subscription record for this customer, and it'll also set up an invoice for this customer as well. Okay, so now when I go to the account record, what you're going to see is for Mojo, you're going to see that the account. So this is our account record. This is a little bit about the here I can just add a primary contact if I wanted to. I'm not going to bother. But you can see here that we have this customer this customer tab, you can see that I have an order in here. So this customer is a renewal that is in 1 year. And then we have also invoices generated. And so that we have an invoice generated for the amount. So in this case, I selected we're going to invoice them in advance. The other option, of course, would have been monthly, things like that. And so that's the two of the things that happen. So what we automated here, so a few things. One, this is summarized on the opportunity record itself. We're using products, right? So that products exists in a product library, so that you set up. You can have multiple price lists, multiple products, multiple pricing based on terms, so an annual versus monthly, things like that. We added the right product to the opportunity that calculated the amount and the value of the opportunity. When that opportunity is ready to close, we added the signed contract. We generated the order. That order created the subscription renewal here. So I'll go into detail why this is relevant in a quick second. And we also generated the invoice. A third thing that could happen is that we can flow downstream to either QuickBooks or Business Central. So in this case, we did create a new customer in QuickBooks here. So I'll just refresh. Mojo wouldn't be here. Just have to refresh. Okay, so now I have Mojo, and a Mojo, the invoice would be sent over as well. So here I have, did I send the invoice? No, I created the customer. I didn't send the invoice yet, but I could send that invoice. So if I wanted to go to invoice, okay. Okay, it didn't generate because it didn't like, I think, one of the products. Thought I had this product. Anyways, at any rate, there's a configuration thing on the product. It looks like I'll dig into it in a quick sec. But at any rate, the customer gets created in QuickBooks. The invoice will be sent over as well into QuickBooks. A couple things I didn't show. One, we have the option, so on an opportunity, you can generate a document. So this is where you might want to generate order forms, proposal documents, things like that. So I'll give you a sense of what that looks like. Let's put it out into Word. You can have any template you want. So this is an order form that has a signature block as well as terms. And that included, we only had one product on here, so we didn't have any one-time fees. We had subscriptions, and that would include any description here that you want to include on that specific product. So we can auto-generate those proposal documents, quote documents, order forms, in this case an order form, and that could actually send directly to your e-sign right from here as well. The other key thing is I talked a little bit about the subscription being set up. So here I have subscription. This customer, you can see, has this one product. It's a 1 year. The term was $47,940 a year, and the end date is in 1 year. So this would end on the 2027 in end of June. So a few things that happen. One, the system will look up. Every morning it'll wake up. It'll say, "Hey, do I have any renewals that I need to generate?" So it'll actually create a renewal opportunity that will give your account management team some advance notice that they've got a renewal they need to go get. And I'll show you where that lives in a quick sec. The other thing that this does is generates subscription revenue. So if I opened up this record, so your customer service team, your account management team can see this as well. They can see which product they own, this customer owns, what the terms are, what the history on the product is. So why this becomes relevant is, especially if you're like selling users or things like that, you'll see the history of all of the products on this order, this subscription. You see the revenue information. So this would be information related to how much revenue is being basically calculated each month. And why that becomes relevant is when you get into your dashboarding. So when you start getting into some of your subscription growth kind of metrics, so what's my ARR run rate, my monthly and yearly growth, what's my ACV, LTV, what renewals do I have coming up, subscription momentum, so what's my opening ARR each month, and new, lost, customer growth, end of period, ARR retention information, so net retention, gross retention. This is happening, this demo environment that I'm showing you, so that looks a little out of whack, of course, but you get the idea. Customer count, all these really important metrics automatically get fed from the transactions I just showed you. So there's no separate spreadsheet that's being managed, trying to keep eye on who your active customers are when the renewals are coming up. There's no guesswork when it comes to calculating ARR, specifically with net and gross retention. Quite often that gets quite heavily manipulated. Speak from experience in the past. As you are trying to calculate that, it can be tricky to calculate correctly because the data is often suspect in CRM systems. There's not a bridge between the opportunity information, which may not even have products on it. It could just be a summary amount with what's in accounting. So we kind of bring all that together. So some kind of key aspects as to how we manage all that information in TekStack. So that's a little bit about how TekStack uses TekStack. We talked a little bit about opportunities, CPQ, so putting products on opportunities, close winning, generating an order, generating an invoice, QuickBooks integration, and managing the subscription, including renewal, as well as the ARR type key metrics that flow out of it. So there you go. There you have it.